Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be something completely different from anything that I've been doing on my channel. Most of the things I've been doing have been music related, but I do enjoy other things as well, and reading is one of them. So today I thought I would show you guys my Sherlock Holmes book collection. I've been a Sherlock Holmes fan for as long as I can remember. It's just that in recent years I have really delved into the canon and read through all the books and gotten into pastiches. So I thought I would show you guys my collection. I am wearing my Sherlock Holmes shirt. Crime is common, logic is rare, and I do have some other little Sherlock Holmes knickknacks and things like that, but today I'm just going to focus on the books because I do have a few of them sitting in front of me, so maybe in a future video I'll do one showing my little merchandise and things like that. But for now, let's just get into the books. So the very first book that I bought that got me into the canon itself is, of course, the very first one, A Study in Scarlet and the Sign of the Four. I have The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. This was a Walmart edition for 50 cents. You can see there. This was my mom's book and I stole it. I have the children's edition of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and this is illustrated. I have The Hound of the Baskervilles. And this does slide out like so. It is a beautiful blue and silver copy. I have the complete Sherlock Holmes, Volume 1. This is a huge book, very brick-like. And I have Volume 2. I actually like the cover of this one a little bit more. I have the original illustrated Sherlock Holmes. I found this for like $4 on eBay. And here are the stories included. And these are all presented just as they would have been in the Strand originally. I have the Essential Sherlock Holmes. And I love the back of this, especially the violin. It does come with a bookmark. I love this houndstooth print. It just has A Study in Scarlet, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and The Hound of the Baskervilles. Now I'm going to move into some Sherlock Holmes pastiches. So the very first one that I ever read, and the one that introduced me to the world of pastiches, is The 7% Solution by Nicholas Meyer. This is an incredible book and I highly recommend it. You can read what it's about there. They did make this into a film, which is also very good, but in my opinion, nothing can ever beat the book. Also from Nicholas Meyer, I have The West End Horror, which I think fits in with the original canon. I think it's very good. There are many twists and turns. And I just think this is a very good book. The Canary Trainer by Nicholas Meyer, and this is a Sherlock Holmes and Phantom of the Opera mashup. So in my opinion, it doesn't really work. I am a huge fan of Phantom of the Opera and Sherlock Holmes, of course, but yeah, I just don't really care for this book. I don't think it worked very well, but that's just me. And finally from Nicholas Meyer, I have The Adventure of the Peculiar Protocols. This one I also did not really get into. I didn't feel like it was much of a mystery at all. But again, that's just me. I did also read The Return of the Pharaoh by Nicholas Meyer, and I liked that one a whole lot more than this one. And it is the most recent one released by Nicholas Meyer, so I do recommend that one if you are looking to finish up Holmes pastiches he wrote. Moving to my absolute favorite Sherlock Holmes pastiche ever, The Beekeeper's Apprentice by Laurie R. This is about a teenage girl named Mary Russell who runs into Sherlock Holmes on the Sussex Downs when he's retired, and they end up forming a friendship and later an apprenticeship, and they go on adventures together. So this is just one of my favorite books ever. I just love this so much. It's so good. Also from Laurie R. King, I have A Monstrous Regiment of Women. I didn't care for this one quite as much, but you know. I have Associates of Sherlock Holmes. These are all short stories. I haven't started this book, which is a shame, but hopefully eventually I'll get into reading it. I have The Further Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, Revenge from the Grave by David Stewart Davies. I read this very recently. It was an extremely fast read, and you could kind of see what was coming, but it was still very enjoyable, and I did like this one a lot. Perhaps strangely, I have Sherlock Holmes and Count Dracula. I didn't end up reading all of this one either. I intend to eventually. That was as far as I got. I just didn't really get into the whole idea of it, but you know, it wasn't bad by any means. I have Echoes of Sherlock Holmes. These are short stories inspired by Sherlock Holmes. Some of them feature Sherlock Holmes and Watson, and then others don't. Next is The Last Moriarty by Charles Veli. This was a Christmas gift, and it is a really entertaining pastiche. Although it is more of a cozy mystery, I do think it's extremely enjoyable, and it won't take you very long to get through. Murder in Baker Street, and these are all short stories, most of which are very good. The book that I'm actually reading currently, The House of Silk by Anthony Horowitz. This is an extremely great book. I literally started it yesterday, and you can see how far I've already made it. It's just, and that's not credit to me, that's credit to him for writing an extremely riveting book. It is very addicting. It's hard to put down. It's a lot darker than some of the pastiches that I've shown, but I think because of that, it's very entertaining and interesting, so I highly recommend this one. And then this is related to Sherlock Holmes. I have The Great Mouse Detective by Eve Titus. This is a really cute book. You can read it in one sitting. It's so cute, and I really like it a lot. And finally, I have the Sherlock Holmes book. This goes through each of the stories and breaks down the plot, and then also gives you further information on some of the subjects mentioned. So it's extremely interesting to kind of get more information on some things that you might find interesting. It also goes through and recommends some movies that are related to Sherlock Holmes, and it has some character analysis, or analyses, is that the plural form, on each of the characters and things like that. So it's very fun to read, and I do highly recommend this if you are reading through the canon for the first time and you would like a proper experience. I recommend this book. And there is a book I forgot to show, which is this one, Sherlock Holmes: The Illustrated Adventures. I just bought this the other day, which is probably why it wasn't on my shelf, so I wasn't reminded to show you. But this is an extremely, really fun copy. Probably one of my favorite books that I have. It's so beautiful. But anyway, yeah, there is that one. So yeah, those were all my Sherlock Holmes books. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. For those of you who are thinking, what are you doing? Where's the music stuff? I'll have another music video up this Sunday probably. You won't have to wait too long, but I hope you did enjoy this video, and I really appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.